everybody. We are back for Ladies Selling LA Luxury podcast, and I'm Angel.
I'm Anne-Marie, your hostess with the mostest.
And she's had some shots. Clearly, that's the tequila talking. So, welcome, friend. High five.
High five.
You're about to get loose. No, I'm just kidding.
About.
So, today's topic is leadership and how the role should not be taken lightly.
No.
It is being in the military as a sergeant in the Army. So important that everyone, no matter where you're guiding them, no matter what field you're in, if you are a leader, you should make sure that you take that role very seriously. So I'll start with one of my biggest lessons.
Oh, wait. Lessons in life or lessons in real estate?
In this leadership role.
Okay. Oh.
So,
Right.
so
I'm ready.
being a team leader is obviously a new thing for me. 18 months fresh. I'm only going on year 4 in the business.
Wait,
so
team leader in real estate. Like, leadership is leadership.
it's very different. Leaders are leaders in everything they do. I'm a leader in life, but being a team leader in real estate is vastly different.
I agree.
And so it's a new role, and I can only take what I know about leadership and implement it, but there's always learning curves. So I will say, and this is really hard for me to admit,
I love it.
but number 1 would be shifting your mentality and constantly reminding yourself to be grateful, because you are a leader in whatever you're doing because of those people that are under, I don't even like saying under you, that are walking with you.
With you, yeah.
And
100%.
And it's very easy to get frustrated, to get angry, to get short-tempered about certain things, because maybe there's people on your team that you are leading and guiding that are not growing as fast as you want them to,
Not learning
as fast as you want, not picking up on
things.
things to the speed that you would like,
Yeah.
not listening to your advice at all.
Yeah.
You can say, hey, don't do this because you're going to fail, and they'll do that even though you told them you're going to fail, So I think it's very easy to get frustrated sometimes, but when you look at it, you're like, damn, I'm only here because you chose to put me as your leader. Like, that is an honor.
That was a huge learning curve for me. Like, I mean, we all know when the phone rings, you know who's calling, right? It's 2022. So there was a lot of times where I would answer at the very beginning, like, what? Yes. No. Don't do it that way. But now I'm learning, like, those are the people that are, going with us on this journey.
Yeah.
So now I'm answering the phone, like, bring it. What can I help you with?
Yeah.
It's more of like a customer service for our team, because I want them to grow with us and to have everything that we have. So,
and I think too, for us specifically, like, leadership is important no matter what, but if you decided to step into this journey with us while we're still figuring it out, even though we've learned so much, we're still figuring
learning.
out. Yeah, we're still learning.
Absolutely.
And we're fixing things. That even more so is a reason to be like, damn, I am grateful for you. Like, because of you, I am here in this position.
We are here, yeah.
Absolutely. And who you're in business with should have the same gratitude, because if not, the frustrations rub off on each other. If Anne-Marie calls me and she's like, effing so-and-so is calling me, I'm like, oh, man, again? Like, the energy is contagious.
Absolutely.
So you have to keep each other accountable and being grateful.
Yeah.
That's my number 1 in leadership.
I think you, especially you, our relationship as being leaders, you teach me to be so much more grateful than I am. Like, we come from different generations.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that in you, and she's going to have a heart attack right now because I hardly ever appreciate her. But yeah, it is, you totally need to be like now when I answer the phone, whoever it is, whether it's a client that we're about to close, kill a deal, whether it's a buyer who has written 100 offers and won't listen to you. It's like, you know what? I am grateful for you because you are on this journey with me to get me to get us to where we want to be.
Yeah. You trust us. That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a mindset shift for sure.
For sure. So I think the second biggest thing is going to be a little bit harder for me. Not hard in the sense of like, I can't do it, but just a mind shift, because so much of our growth is such a mind shift, is putting the agent's needs before us and everything that's best, not even just the agents, but for the business.
Yeah.
Like, we have literally done so much in the last 18 months, and it's all been like, let's try this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And it comes to
all of that comes with a price tag, by the way.
Well,
all of this,
that's
try
what I'm
this,
saying.
try this, try this, try this.
Whether it's like
nothing is free.
no, whether it's like going from, your TC that's, with the company to hiring a brand new TC, that is more expensive. Going, if you're listening to our podcast, going from an assistant, which we should have hired an operations manager, going from an assistant to an operations manager, that's a huge thing.
A big price tag difference.
Going from like one type of lead gen to like a Zillow, that's a huge price tag.
Or just even adding on different lead gens to see what works.
Right.
Staffing up, all of that.
So for us, it's been not taking truly a salary and putting everything that we earn back into the business. And that's been like a huge thing for me because, if you're following us, I'm here for the money.
Yeah.
And our situations are a little bit different. So that has been a total mind shift for me, is like trying to figure that whole thing out.
And I will say perception is a motherfucker. So most people will look, we have, sorry, I'm swearing, but we have such high production for such a short period of time of me being in the business and us having a team.
Yeah.
So everyone knows what price tag comes with that. So if you don't overly communicate where you're taking those sacrifices, then everyone thinks that you're just eating and the rest of everyone else is not yet, because they haven't, built their business. Because like we said before, our agents were all new.
Yeah.
And really what they don't realize is when you're putting, and I'll just throw out a number from last year, when you're putting, almost $250,000 back into a business to build it, because I'm the crazy one that knows if we do it the right way, how much that $250,000 will turn into our first million and then turn into our second million.
Yeah.
But if you don't communicate those things with the people on your team, then they just think that you're taking home all of that.
Yeah.
And the perception is really, really crazy.
And it goes back to the over communication. Like,
yeah.
Even anybody who looks and like, oh, they're getting 2.5% to 3% of every single thing that they close. Well, we talked about in another episode. There are times where we took nothing. We literally gave up.
To save someone's home.
Yeah, because they were in escrow. They were about to lose it. And it was more important for us, for them to have a home than for us to get a commission. I mean, come on. That's just a no-brainer.
Right.
So,
well, for us, not for everyone. Yeah.
It should be for everyone.
Yeah.
It totally should be for everyone.
Yeah.
But that's another episode.
But I would say that success of your team members is number one.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that they know what value you're bringing and how you're putting their needs first.
And over communicating that. But a second thing, which, we haven't really talked about, but I think we both know, and I think our team knows, our splits are not traditional. Like, we are so invested in our team and so invested in growing this that we're willing to take a lower split with our company to give our agents more because we want to see them grow.
Yeah.
And
so if you have a leader that's not putting you first, that is making sure that their pockets are fed and they're fat, they're rolling up in a Rolls Royce and they have all this beautiful lifestyle and it comes from their business while you are struggling out there, you should probably rethink your leader.
But also, this has been a recurring theme. Like, when we first started this, you had a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have a coach. And your coach told us, oh no, you guys are crazy.
Don't
do
do
that
that."
split.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? Like, you're in this for the money.
Yeah.
And we all know that I'm in this for the money. I mean, I need to provide.
And then there comes me and I'm like, don't do it, give back. Pull
Right.
it back, give it back.
So it's definitely been a recurring theme, but I'm 100% comfortable with where we're at. I'm 100% comfortable with growing our team where we're at, and I love it.
Yeah. Wait, we have one more.
Wait, high five.
High five.
One more.
One more. Number 3.
3. Don't take criticism personally. That
Are
was
you
hard.
talking to yourself?
That was hard for me. That was super hard for me. I take it personally.
Yeah.
We all know I'm not in therapy right now, so that's a different episode. That's a different podcast. But
We'll be talking about
as leaders, we need to hear that. We need to hear what we're not doing right. We need to find out those opportunities. So do not take it personally. It's about the business. I have love for every single agent that has been with us or even hasn't been with us. Like,
Yeah.
I want everybody to succeed, but it's super difficult for me. I think you come from more of a loving namaste place. I'm growing to that loving namaste place.
But I also look at it differently. So if you shift the mindset to, can whatever the message is make me better no matter how much the message bothers me? If the answer is yes, I want to hear it.
But it's always yes.
Exactly.
Like,
So
you,
nothing can be negative from
you
it.
need to meet that person, whatever view it is, right? You need to meet that person because that is their view of you.
Yeah. And it
So,
matters.
It totally
Yeah.
matters.
But it should be a constant thing that you do. So like you should be constantly communicating weekly, monthly, quarterly. Like, what did you do this quarter? Daily. Like, what we do daily. But like, what happened? What can you do better? How can we improve? I'm constantly asking Amory, and she's not even that good at sharing, but I'm like, what do you want to tell me about myself? Tell me what to do. And she'll be like, oh, no. And I'm like, no, tell me. Like, what can I do to be better? I'm not perfect. I mean, sometimes I like to think that, but I know I'm not. You know? So
I'm so glad this is recorded. I'm going to take that snip and send it to you.
I mean, but seriously, so if you look at it like it's such a positive thing instead of a negative thing, it's really exciting.
Yeah.
So those are our 3 things about leadership. There's a million more we could talk about, but those were the best ones that we wanted to share.
Yeah.
And so don't forget to drop a comment, like subscribe, share.
DM, call me.
Call her. We keep talking.
Don't call her.
I won't answer the phone. I'm just kidding. And we're so grateful that you're here along this journey with us. If there's something that we didn't touch on, we'd love to hear your feedback. And until next time, beautiful humans, namaste.